In this video, we'll look at deleting a row of data. So in this program, again, we can go ahead and query, look at the individual rows, and when we find a row that we want to update or delete, we can select that option. Now, in this code, the first thing that happens is a check function is going to confirm that this particular row does not have any detail data or detail rows, children rows, in any other tables that would cause a problem if we were to delete this master record and leave those detail or children rows in the database. So you can see when I choose delete here, I get a message saying store has orders and cannot be deleted. So we're just preventing the user from deleting a parent row and leaving phantom children rows in the system. So let's keep going and take a look and see if we can find one that we can delete. Now this one made it through the check, and so we're presented with an option if we want to go ahead and delete the row. If we don't, we choose no. If we do, then we go ahead and call a function that's actually doing the SQL delete, and we give the user the information that the row was deleted. Now if we go to try to find that row again, we'll see that that row no longer exists. So let's take a look at the code for this. The first thing that we can see here is that we have an on-action delete that is part of our main menu block. And on action delete, we're first going to call delete check. So if delete check returns true, then we'll go ahead and call the function that's going to actually delete the row. So let's look at delete check first and see what it's doing. So here we see delete check. The first thing that we're going to do is select the count from the orders table where the orders store num, the foreign key, is the same as the current key or primary key that we're looking at in the row that the user wants to delete. So in other words, we're looking for any orders that are a part of this store or customer record. If the count is greater than 0, then we present the message to the user. And we are also using a little variable to indicate that the delete was not okay, so it's false. But if we go ahead and do a count in the orders table and there is not any orders on that customer, then we're going to let the user go ahead and delete the row. Now the way that this is set up is to simply create a small little menu with the style of the menu being dialog, meaning that the menu, which has these basic actions yes and no, is going to be presented as a dialog window. So a window that comes up with these options. When the user chooses yes, we are going to send delete OK. If delete OK is received back from our calling function, then we know that we can go ahead and delete the row. If it's not, it returns back as false, which is what it's set to prior to this piece of the code here. So again, we're simply setting up a menu, but the attributes on the menu set the style to dialog, the comment to delete, and here we're simply concatenating the word delete to the actual store name that the user is selecting to delete, and adding a question mark as well so that it reads a little bit more in a straightforward fashion for the user. Now if this does return true, then we go back and we are going to go ahead and call the actual delete function, which is delete cust. And here you can see in this one line of code the delete SQL statement to delete from the customer table where the store num matches the current store number that the user is referencing. And SQLCA SQL code again tells us if things were successful at the database end. If it's 0, it means success, and we present them with the message row deleted. Within this delete cust function, we're also initializing the master record to null. And the reason we're doing that is that we can then redisplay what's in that master record to the form so that the user sees nothing in the form. That way they get another sense that the row has actually been deleted. So we're, in essence, clearing the form of the data that they've just deleted. So again, if we come over here to the main, our onActionDelete simply goes and checks to see if it's a row that can be deleted, and if it is, we'll go ahead and delete the row.